Hey guys, Stitches here, back with another episode of the Beyblade Battlefest. And this is the last video that will be involving the Plastic Gen remakes, or really any Project Crossover bays. There are two more battles I have lined up after this, which are more just cool matchups from the anime. Or not really cool matchups from the anime, but just two more cool matchups that I thought. The final one was kind of set in stone. But yeah. Anyways, this time we are doing Dranzer versus, or we're doing a Dragoon Storm versus Dranzer Spiral. And this matchup is pretty iconic. Dranzer, Kai and Dranzer are kind of seen as like the main rival characters to Tyson and his Dragoon. So, it'll be a pretty cool matchup. Additionally, there will be a bonus round inspired by the anime in a different stadium later. So, keep that in mind. Anyways, without further ado, I'll be grabbing the bays so we can take a closer look at each one. Here we have Dragoon Storm, a left-spinning attack-type Beyblade. It has these kind of slants to it. They're meant to give it upper attack, but it's also got good smash attack. It's got the 460 ratchet and is pretty darn aggressive with this Rubber Accel tip. Additionally, we have Dranzer Spiral on 380 taper, I believe. 380 taper. The taper bit gives it not only a flat bit that it can use to flat part of the bit that it can use to attack, but it also has this slanted part to help it preserve stamina while even in flat or go on the defensive. It's also got some slanted upper situations going on, and yeah. Dranzer also spins to the right, I should mention. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. As with the other Battlefest videos, this will go through 3 different stadiums. Beyblade vs. Dynamite Stadium to start, then the Hasbro X Stadium, and then the Double Xtreme Stadium. Because these bays are 2 different spins, I'll be using 2 different launchers. For Dranzer, I'll be using this right spinning string launcher. And for Dragoon, I will be using this Winder Launcher Winder Launcher L that comes with the Dragon Winder. It's inspired by Tyson's launcher from the anime. Without further ado, let's get into it. Really quick, I just need to take a deep breath. Whew. Also be launching Dranzer first, and in a more defensive way. 3, 2, 1, go. Dranzer wins with a stamina. I should also mention that we use the burst rule set in the Dynamite Stadium. So knockouts, which are either over the top or through the pit, really just any time a bay ends up outside the stadium, awards the opponent 1 point, but bursts award 2 points. 3, 2, 1, go. And there goes Dragoon. It decided to excommunicate itself from the stadium there. And that doesn't count as a point, so it's still Dranzer's 1 point to Dragoon 0. 3, 2, 1. Dragoon 1, Dranzer 1. Three, two, one, shoot. Puts Dranzer at 2 and Dragoon at 1, I believe. 3, 2, 1, shoot. And that's quickly matched by Dragoon, getting a knockout, scoring it, putting its score up to 2 points, and Dranzer's still at 2. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Dragoon scoring a survivor finish there, getting a score of Dragoon 3 to Dranzer 2. Big aggressive attacks by Dragoon there, putting its score up to 4 and Dranzer's score remaining at 2. Dragoon just needs 1 more point to win this. 3, 2, 1, shoot. I'm going to go ahead and count that because I opened it too long. So the score is now at Dranzer's 3 to Dragoon's 4. 3, 2, 1, shoot. I dropped the nitro. I would appreciate if we could stay in the stadium long enough to at least hit Dranzer so I can count it for points. Dranzer 3, Dragoon 4. Dragoon and Dranzer are both at 4, meaning it's a sudden death match. 3, 2, 1. Well, Dragoon was trying to get a handle on the stadium, meaning that Dranzer actually wins that. Anyway, here we are in the Hasbro X Stadium, which changes the rules. So spinouts are 1, bursts are 2, knockouts into these pockets are 2, and being knocked into this pocket awards the opponent 3 points. So, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Dragoon burst there, awarding Dranzer 2-point lead. Circular attack, but using up all its stamina in one strike, whereas Dranzer still has leads of stamina and attacks to make. This puts Dranzer's score at 3 and Dragoon's score at 0 still. Both bays are just hopping around the stadium. That is actually Dragoon's win there. Dranzer did stop before it started slowly spin stealing, meaning Dragoon gets a point, meaning that Dragoon is at 1 point and Dranzer is still at 3. 3, 2, 1, 2. Dragoon going in, trying to find a perfect opening by skipping over the extreme line there, giving Dranzer, making Dranzer sleep out and giving Dragoon 2 points, and Dranzer is still at 3 points. 3, 2, 1. Dranzer has spun out, meaning that Dragoon is at 3 and so is Dranzer. Dragoon is really tying this stuff up. 3, 2, 1. Unfortunately for Dragoon, because Dragoon did get knocked in the pit, but jumped out fast. I'm just going to say it doesn't count because of the fact that I kind of gave it a bad launch. 3, 2, 1. So the score is still 3 to 3. Dranzer still takes the victory. Meaning that it has won both sessions so far. Can we see if Dragoon can even win in the Double Xtreme Stadium? I don't think it will, but we'll see, because Dranzer might be forced to be more aggro in this stadium. Double Xtreme Stadium features a motor that exposes more and less of the extreme line by lowering and raising that center plate. Three, two, 1, go. Dragoon takes the first point as a survivor finish. Unfortunately, Dragoon gets pressured back too far and skips over the extreme line. Meaning scores Dranzer 2 to Dragoons 1. 3, 2, 1, let it. That hurt my elbow. 3, 2, 1. Bringing its score up to 3 points, where Dranzer's score is at 1 point. 3, 2, 1, go. But Dranzer gets a survivor finish, putting its score up to 2 against Dragoon's 3. I'm not going to count that because I can't tell if Dragoon actually made contact with Dranzer when it burst. Dranzer with a survivor finish. The score is now 3-3. And Dragoon manages to clutch the win there, meaning that it actually wins this stadium, but overall gets defeated by Dranzer. However, there is a special bonus round awaiting us, so I will be right back with that stadium. Oh boy, this is tiring, all this up and down. Okay. So in the anime, in the final round between Tyson and Kai, they battled with a stadium that had a cage around it. This was supposed to make it so there was no escape for the Beyblades, but they could still get ring outs. And I kind of tried to emulate that energy with a stadium I have that isn't from Plastic Gen, but it's still a stadium I have. Being this Hypersphere Arena from Beyblade Burst. The Hypersphere Arena is deep, has no pits, but does have this little ridge I call the dead zone. So mostly it's for stamina outs, but it is possible to get knocked out, and burst finishes award 2. So the getting knocked out or spinning out awards 1 point to the opponent, and bursting awards 2 points. So I decided that in spirit this would represent sort of the final battle in the initial tournament between Kai and Tyson. 3, 2, 1, shoot. So yeah, you can see because of the deep stadium, things get a little crazy. You may notice there's black spots all over the stadium. That's actually from I used the Victory Valkyrie in this stadium. And the score is Dranzer 1, Dragoon 0. 3, 2, 1, go. But Dranzer spins out by getting pressured too much. Three, two, one, go. Dranzer gets knocked out, meaning the score is Dragoon 2 to Dranzer's 1. I do actually really like this stadium. I just thought that Hypersphere was a dumb gimmick because it pretty much made all the bays just have a perfectly round tip. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Another quick knockback there. Putting Dragoon's score at 3 and Dranzer's at 1. Dragoon is really good at traversing the stadium because the extra friction actually lets it travel up the stadium pretty well. Another quick hit. Dragoon gets another point, putting its score up to 4, and Dranzer's at 1 still. Dragoon is really kicking it in this stadium. Dragoon spins out in that dead zone up there, putting Dranzer's score at 2 and Dragoon's at 4. Three, two, one, shoot. But it's still getting knocked around insanely hard, and Dragoon manages to win the matchup. So, well, this isn't a plastic gen stadium, you know, I thought that this was a pretty cool stadium idea overall for this battle. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Did you think that this Hypersphere Stadium was cool? Because you may see more of it in a future Beyblade video. If it... albeit a little better handled, because here I did have issues with actually keeping the stadium on screen due to how much it shakes. But yeah, if you liked the video, be sure to let me know. If I had any bad judge calls, also let me know. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.